Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Deborah Franklin. Y'all, we are back by popular demand. We were on break, but guess what, y'all? We had to come on back, and we had to do, y'all, that made us come out of retirement. No, I'm just playing. We weren't on retirement. We were taking a break because we were trying to do some new things with the show. We were getting ready to, how can I say this? We're getting ready to expand. We're getting ready to do some things, but tonight we had to jump back on because we got a phone call from somebody that wanted us to chat a little bit about an upcoming event. So I said, God got a way of making you do some things that you did not plan on doing. So we are going to start back doing just pop-up shows. Y'all, we're going to start popping up. You just never know. We'll let you know at least a week of when we're going to have another show, who our guests are going to be. And I'm so excited about trying out this new format. We're just going to pop on live because we got a lot going on, whether it's politics, whatever is going on, we got something to say, and we want to share it with you, and we want to hear from you. And for those of you that don't know, I am your girl, Deborah Franklin, and I am happy to be back. So we're going to jump right on in. I know you've been missing these, but hey, we got to do it. So just want to jump right in about motivational moment. This motivational moment kind of messed me up. It just set my whole life just in a whole whirlwind. It is the 10th month. It is October. A lot of times they say 10 is the starting over with 1, and that 10 represents leadership. And so I was like, we was posting everything. Oh yes, y'all, it's the 4th quarter. We getting ready to finish strong. We getting ready to do this. And then I heard this morning, I got on a prayer call, and they were like, we praying for the next century, because it's getting ready to be 2020. I was like, good God, is my vision too small? I'm talking about the 4th quarter, and somebody talking about praying for the whole next century of your life, that your next 10 years is going to be better than your last 10 years. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? And then it brought back to my memory about this little prayer in this little book that we all talked about. It was a big deal for a while. And it was talking about the prayer of Jabez, And for those of you that are not familiar with it, I need you to go read that whole story, because the prayer of Jabez is a remarkable 1-sentence prayer, and it's found in 1 Chronicles 9-10. And I'm just going to read this to you because when I read it, it just messed my whole thought process up. It said, now Jabez was more honorable than his brothers, and his mother called his name Jabez, saying, because I bore him in pain. And Jabez called on God of Israel, saying, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. So God granted him what he requested. Now let's take this back. See, some of y'all have gone through a lot of pain, and this is what messed me up on this whole praying for the next decade. This last decade, yeah, you accomplished some things. Yes, you did some things, but you bore a lot of pain. You were just like Jabez. You were born, you had to go through all this pain, but you were still the most honorable. You were like, God, why am I going through this? And I'm serving you. I'm giving. I'm tithing. I'm giving to the poor. I'm giving my clothes. I'm doing things. I'm even showing up, operating in my gift without charging people. I'm doing what you have called me to do, but I still don't feel like I'm accomplishing what I need to do. But then In your mind, you say, God, I have a bigger vision. I have further that I want to go. I have more that I know that I'm supposed to do. But just like Jabez, you need to start to pray, because one thing that Jabez did, he started to pray and he started to think about what he was doing, because he said, God, if you enlarge my territory, I will not cause pain. And so some of us can't get to our new territory because we're going about it the wrong way. We're causing pain. We're setting up strife and disbelief in other people. We're clawing our ways and we're backbiting. But y'all, in order for us to go into this new decade, see, now my mind done changed. Because in order for us to go into this new decade, we have got to change our mind. We have got to start operating where we're not causing people pain, because hurt people, and we cannot continue to operate in that way. If we want God to enlarge our territory, yes, he's going to give you the platforms. Yes, he's going to let you go sit before kings and queens. Yes, he's going to give you a seat at the table. But if you're like me, baby, I'm creating my table. And if he's creating my table, then he's going to put the people at my table that I need. So if you are praying that God is going to release you into this new realm, and if God is going to show you something in this territory, because most of you now, you're looking at God, I've had local success. Now I'm ready to get national and international success. But you have got to change your mind, because you have got to get healed within. You have got to get healed within. So all those things that were causing you pain, you got to let them go, because in this next season, baby, you're getting ready to go. Because I want you over this next 10 days to pray nothing but that prayer of Jabez. Join me in praying that prayer of Jabez, of just enlarging my territory. Because when you enlarge, see, a lot of times we talked about enlarging the territory, but we did not talk about that last part of that sentence that says, so I cannot cause harm. So you want to continue to pray that over and over and over, not just to enlarge it, but also that you will be a good steward of the land that you are given, that you can make it to the next level without giving harm, without causing strife. Y'all, we have got to stand up and be the leaders that God has definitely called us to be. And now I'm giving a shout out to my women in ministry. This is your season to really get to the platform that you want to be on. Women in ministry, this is your season to unite. This is your season to cut out all of the cattiness. This is your season to start patting your other sister in ministry on the back and saying, go girl, you doing good, girl. Let's get out of these titles. And let's start looking at how God is going to use us to unite on a unified front. Whether you got a ministry of selling shoes, whether you got a ministry of writing plays, whether you have a ministry of daycare, yeah, y'all, I'm calling it all ministry because it is. Because all things work together for the good of them. And when we stop putting crazy titles on what people do and giving them different levels, y'all, we're going to start seeing our territory expand. We're going to start seeing our territory grow, because at the end of the day, we all need each other. We all need each other to make it to that next level. It's no sense of God enlarging your territory and you're going there by yourself. You have got to start taking people with you. Build your squad, because I'm right there with you on building the squad, honey. We got to start building our squad, because we are getting ready to go to the next level, and God is getting ready to catapult you into something great. Because over this next 10 days, I want you to pray this prayer of Jabez, and then I want you to start writing down everything God tells you, everything God tells you that you're going to be doing in this next decade. It might seem crazy. You might be like, "Whoa, that's too big," but don't ask God to enlarge your territory if you're not ready for something big. Don't ask God to enlarge your territory if you're getting scared, because now you got to to go sit in front of the people at the bank. Don't ask God to enlarge your territory. Now you got to figure out how to take your business over across seas. Don't start getting mad now, honey, because right now we getting ready to speak it. We getting ready to expect it, and we getting ready to decree it that God is going to enlarge our territories. We are getting ready to go into something big. We are getting ready to go into something large. We are getting ready to do the doggone thing, because God is not a God that he would lie. Whatever God has promised you, it is getting ready to come forth. Whatever God has done for you, it is getting ready to happen. You have got to enter into this new season with a spirit of expectation. Because, honey, I'm trying to tell you, I'm ready, I'm excited, and God is getting ready to do a new thing. He getting ready to do a new thing. And don't be afraid of what God has called you to do. Because again, baby, when God gets ready to move, you ain't got no choice but to do the doggone thing. Well, all right, guys, I love you to life. We got a few announcements, and then we're going to bring on our guest, Miss Lisa Garland. Honey, she is in the house. She's already in the lobby waiting to come on, and we are going to do all that we're going to do. Well, all right, guys, be right back after these messages. For those of you that are women in ministry, as well as authors and speakers, we are calling out to you for a morning motivation. It's going to be more than a motivation. It's going to be morning media power sessions. In this morning media power session, which is going to be October the 14th, 2019 at 9 a.m. It's only $35. Come out. You're going to get some real tips on how to get exposure in media without breaking the bank. Y'all, we want you to come out and join us. Next, we have Hats and Heels DMV, September the 12th, 2020. Y'all, it's going to be phenomenal. We already got speakers lined up. We already got location ready. We are going to do the doggone thing. You want to be in the place. And for all speakers, we have a speaker call for Hats and Heels DMV, because we have a few sessions left. So I want you to join us. If you want to, please inbox me, drop me a message. Excuse me, drop a message below, and you can be a part of Hats and Heels DMV. Y'all, and my new book has been released. #5, 30 days of motivation and inspiration. You don't want to miss out on that as well, because this book has been selling like hotcakes. Y'all, it has been like totally messing me up at the number of people that we've been getting testimonies about. And they have gotten the book. They are enjoying the book. You can go to my website, conversationsdeborahfranklin.com, and get all your information. Hey, y'all, we are back. Yes, y'all see the scroll, honey. I'm excited about the morning power media sessions, because it's going to be phenomenal. So many people, especially authors and speakers and women in ministry, they have all, excuse me, they have all these things, but they don't know how to promote. And they don't know how to use. Some people are scared to get on Facebook Live. They don't have access, or not quite sure of how to use certain things in social media. We are going to show you how to use that during this session. When you leave, I promise you, you will have something that you will be able to work with. Well, guys, I don't know what's wrong. Y'all, hold on. I guess I'm doing a bunch of talking. Hold on. Well, we are getting ready to bring our guest into the place. She is all the way from around the corner. Y'all, we got Miss Lisa in the place. Hey, Miss Lisa Garland,
Hey,
how are you?
Franklin, how are you? I am well. Thank you for having me. Hey, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here this evening. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the platform.
Oh, honey, I'm excited about having you on. I'm glad that you were able to join us and such. We had a few little faux pas, but I'm glad we were able to get it together and get you on, because I am so excited about what you're doing. And so for those people that don't know who Miss Lisa Garland is, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know you were going to ask that question. No, I'm just No, I'm a comedian. No, in all seriousness, I've just from birth, I've loved the arts. I'm a singer. I love to sing, love to write. I am now a wife, a mother of three, a grandmother of one and a half with one in the oven. I love the Lord. I'm a worshiper, and I love to have purpose behind everything that I'm doing. And even from a work standpoint, I realize I find myself just trying to be purposeful and walk in purpose in everything that I do. So, who Lisa is just somebody who loves the Lord and wants to be able to help people and help individuals and not be stuck in traditions or, to be able to live their best life. And how do you do that? It's like what you said earlier in your introduction with the change of the mind and changing your mindset and having a different outlook on life. And, especially our women of color, I'm all about enhancing and promoting us because if we don't encourage us, who will? If we don't promote us, who will? So I am just a motivational person. I love to see people, I'm the person that's going to help you get up. I'm not going to put you and kick you while you're down. I'm going to figure out a way. We're going to figure this thing out and we're going to pull up and get up together in Christ. Amen. That's who Lisa Garland is.
Honey, I love who Lisa Garland is, and I love that you're a singer. I love that you're a worshiper, and most of all, I love that you're a comedian because I tell everybody if you can't laugh
Right.
in this wonderful world called the body of Christ, honey, you're
Yes.
gonna be depressed.
Right.
You're gonna be
Right.
messed up. We got some people in the lobby. Beverly Gilson says, "Hey y'all,"
Hey.
and Diana Wilson says, "Hello." Yes, so she's
Hey.
agreeing. And hey, Venus,
Hey.
hello. Cause Venus is our connections. Venus don't
Yes.
know she need to give me some. I need some shoes, honey. I'm getting ready to go on tour, and I need some shoes. So we're gonna have to definitely connect.
Check it out. Plugging her in. Plugging her in. Yes. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So you're a comedian. What made you be
I'm
a
not.
comedian?
I'm just joking. I
Oh,
just.
you was joking. See,
I'm nowhere to see, but you believe me though.
I believed it
I'm
because
not.
I was getting ready to run with that thing, honey.
I
I
love
was gonna
to have
be.
fun. That's what I love to do. But I don't call myself a comedian at all. What my first love is singing, of course, and then followed by the writing. And I think your gift will make room for you. So God has been expanding doors and doors and doors and opportunity. I've been writing ever since I was younger. My first real live production was 2005, and that was a platform. And I love to do. I've always journalized. I've always wrote things down and write things down, make the vision plain so it could come into fruition. You got to have a plan. We fail because we don't plan. So I so as a playwright, I was just doing little things. People would have me, write things and I was writing and I was like, I really like this. And I noticed the connection that I was having with people identifying who Christ is. I will always point them back to Christ. Always say this is who he is. This is what he can do if you lean on him, if you depend on him. But what I really fell in love with is just being transparent and not hiding behind the doors or the veil anymore, breaking the barriers, really just coming and walking into my calling, which is just to be transparent to people. Women are hurting, women are stuck, women are trapped. In their own mindset, and it's not because of their own. Some of them it's not for their own misfortune. It's things that happen in life, starting from birth that they never become free from. So I'm just really ready to help some women break the bondage, and not only women, but just people in general men as well. There's a lot of things that we don't allow our men to do. We don't allow our men to hurt. We don't allow our men to show their emotions. We don't allow our men to really release some of the things that they need to release. So for me, this season that I'm in and where I'm at in my life, there's a lot of mental work that I had to do. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, I'm going to talk about mental health because that was shunned upon. Certain things that went on, it was like, you better not take this outside my house. This stays here. And so some of those things, transpired and I really kept it within. And so some of the interactions and some of the relationships that I had with different people, not only men, but people really, really was a contribution to some of the things that I learned to
Mm-hmm.
keep inside and not to be, to reveal. I thought it was a secret. I thought it was something that I, couldn't share. Thought it was, it was normal. It was a sense of normalcy. And it was all of this dysfunctional stuff happening. And I was like, nah, I got to click. Something got to click. Something has to shift with the help of God first and being able to pray. And I thank God for his grace and his mercy, because I am nothing without him. That's the God's honest truth. He also allowed me to know that there are resources that he has given to us in the land of the living that are called therapists. And we don't have to be afraid to go and see a therapist. We don't have to be ashamed of, releasing what's going on in our inner thoughts and things that are not happening and shifting. It's just like, when we go to the doctor, when something is wrong with our physical bodies, sometimes there's things that are wrong with our mental, and we don't take it. What do you do with that? How do you release that emotion, or how do you release that ailment, that's going on? So I just wanted to and I wanted to expose mental health for what it is, because it's really from the enemy. If he can have your mind, he got you. So it's all
Exactly.
the connection back, right back to Christ. And that's really kind of what I wanted to do in Dysfunctional Love. And I'm so excited. I have a great cast. I'm excited.
See, y'all, she done jumped all the way
I'm
into the
sorry.
play. She done went from
I'm
testimony
sorry.
to the play. We wasn't there yet, but
My
honey,
bad.
yes, I can't wait to hear some more about the show, because you know what? And you said so much, because as women, we have been taught. Yeah, they always say that we are emotional, but yeah, we are emotional, but we were also taught not to talk. There are
Hmm.
certain things, especially if you grew up in the church, that we were not talking about. We didn't
Right.
discuss. I mean, heck, we didn't talk about menopause. We didn't talk about sex. We
Right.
just thought the baby showed up. We didn't
Right.
talk about that stuff. And then you wonder why when we went to school or left home for just a little bit, we got buck wild. That's
Yeah.
why I was like, yeah, them church girls. But but the thing is that we don't talk about that. And the crazy part, that is mental illness.
Yes.
Because so many times we want to just link mental illness to the person that's got
Crazy.
schizophrenia, the person
Hmm.
that's got eating disorder. We
Yes.
don't want to talk about that real stuff of
Right.
you told me not to talk when I should have talked. So now
Right.
I don't know how to defend myself. So
Exactly.
in my mind, I'm thinking I can't be heard. I
Hmm.
can't say anything. I can't do anything. But that's mental illness.
Yes.
And so we don't talk about that,
We
because I was looking at your synopsis of the show, and it was talking about how certain seeds have been sown.
Yes.
So that's saying that a lot of times we have put mental illness on
Hmm.
ourselves.
Hmm.
So is that where you were trying to go?
Exactly. It's from a small saying. It came, I remember it so clear. And I'm going to say this. I have to put this disclaimer out. It's not to bash any parents. It's not to,
Mhm.
because, parenting doesn't come with a handbook.
Not
But
at
the
all.
modesty and the reality of it is there were certain things that we were trained to do. The Bible says you train up a child in the way that he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. So it's the same instance when we talk about, what goes on in my house stays in my house.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
some of those
Mhm.
things, that was one of the biggest things for me that I can recall, that I remembered. And it was almost as if I took that, and I guess what I did? I also transferred that to my children.
Mhm.
And there were a lot of things that went on that I didn't know. And one thing that I love so much about this season that I'm in, that I'm free, because that was a state of bondage. And so what I wanted to do was, hurt people, like
Yep.
you said.
Yep.
So I've been hurt. So I've been hurting people, and people have been hurting me. And
Exactly.
it's been repeating the cycle over and over
Mhm.
and over and over again. So it starts with the seed. I can't tell nobody. It has to stay
Mhm.
here. And then it's grown, because even at my adult age, I'm not talking about things. I'm
Exactly.
not going back to my family and
Mhm.
asking for help. I'm not asking my brothers who I know, could really help me. I'm not saying nothing, because they
Exactly.
weren't in my house. And I understood back then what they were saying, but it transpired in a way that wasn't positive for me.
Mhm. Mhm.
And everybody is different. Some people, some children are not as literal as others. Some
Mhm.
children can manipulate what needed to be said, and what should be passed on. I was one
Exactly.
of those that I kept it all in.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
that is what I'm coming from, that point of view. I just want out of dysfunction begets dysfunction. So when you are dysfunctional, and I'm not saying that I grew up this way, I'm just putting it out there. If you experience the dysfunction, you grow up in dysfunction, it's almost like 99%, the
You're
statistics
gonna be
say
in
you will
dysfunction.
continue to be in dysfunction. And
Most
guess what?
definitely.
You also continue so much that it becomes a sense of normalcy for you.
Hmm.
And you don't even realize that, yo, that whole thought process was wrong. That whole, way of thinking was dysfunctional. You've got so conducive to it that it became like a habit for you, almost like an addiction, if you would. So I
Yup,
just
yup.
want to expose it so that we can
Hmm.
now promote mental wellness instead of
Most
saying that
definitely.
we're mental ill. We could get away. There are resources. God is the first source, and then there are resources. You understand what I'm saying? So I
Hmm.
believe that if we continue to have faith and we seek and we utilize the resources that God has put here in the earth, we can overcome the mental challenges that we have.
Exactly, because I have to totally agree with you because that's what birthed my first book.
Mm,
Because I dealt with, and then it was like I was writing it, but I didn't even realize I was writing it from a survivor point of view. I was just writing it because it felt like I needed to get it out. But then I finally got a label on it. It's like I did suffer from verbal abuse.
yeah.
And it's like I battled with that of not thinking that I was good, not thinking that I was good enough, not thinking I was tall enough, not knowing, not thinking I was, skinny enough, pretty enough,
Hmm.
whatever. And it's like those things when we don't think about it, it is like, and it did come from parents.
Hmm.
It did come
Hmm.
from relatives. It
Hmm.
did come from a space that I thought was sacred, but because, I internalized all of that, it is like it killed my self esteem. And so a lot of
Absolutely.
times people don't even want to equate low self esteem to what they call it to mental health
Yes,
because it is
it
because
is.
your low self-esteem equates from verbal abuse
Hmm.
because you never think that you're good enough.
Right,
And so
right.
that's what I really want women to, as women, well, you know what, and then now I'm beginning to see it more and more in our young men
Yes,
because I
that's what I was about
teach,
to
I
say.
am an educator,
Hmm.
so by day. And so I'm beginning to see a lot more of my young boys having issues of not knowing who they are and not excuse me, not being able to embrace who
Yes,
they are
yes.
regardless of whatever identity they are
Right,
embracing, male and female.
right,
But it's like I'm seeing more of that in them. And so as the adults, we have to learn how to reach them.
right.
So, I'm like, this is where I am. It's like it's really, really crazy what's going on even in our society. Okay. Mopac says, greetings. Thank you for the invite. Thank you. And Dorothy Ingram said, hey, congratulations. God is good.
Yes, he
Yes,
is,
he
Dorothy.
is. Naomi said, oh, hey, Miss B Inspired. Great show, ladies. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. And then Mopac said, keep up the awareness, queens.
Thanks,
Most
Mo.
definitely. Because, if we don't keep it up, who else will?
Right.
And I think it's time out. And then here and in our community,
Yes.
y'all, and I hate to say it, in our
Yeah.
community, we are so afraid of going to that good doctor
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
anything. Heaven forbid we talking about we going to go see a psychiatrist or a
Right.
psychologist. And the crazy part, you can get it for free, y'all. You don't even have to pay anything. You can just you call that number and go use that. I think you get maybe 5 or 6
Five.
visits,
Yeah.
and sometimes you just need to. Sometimes it's just good to go and talk. You would never know how good that feels to go talk to somebody that just
Especially,
listens.
that's right. Especially someone that is not biased, that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know you, that doesn't know your situation, that has to keep your information confidential. It's strictly sometimes, I use this analogy. I had spoke at a mental health conference a couple of years ago. And one of the analogies that I remember is what happens when you keep blowing air into a balloon? Eventually it's going to bust.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't if you continue to absorb all of this negative energy, all of this anxiety, all of this abuse, all of these different things, you are going to bust. Everything is going to shut down. You have to, your mind is going to shut down. It's going to check out. It's like garbage in, garbage in. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
garbage going to come out. So you have to feed your mind, clear your mind, detox, learn how to breathe. And it sounds like, what do you mean? You don't know how to breathe? No, sometimes
No.
the hustle and bustle of it all, you moving, shaking it, like you really just have to stop, detox from everything, turn off that phone, turn off that TV, don't do nothing but learn how to inhale and exhale so that you can be okay. And it's just a moment. It just takes a moment sometimes to do that. But sometimes we're not in tune to ourselves. We get so
Mhm.
caught up in being a mother, a friend, a wife, you understand, a woman, a
Of
worker,
everything.
of everything, that we forget to learn how to take a deep breath and just breathe. I say
And you
that,
know what? That's amazing right
just
there.
breathe.
Breathing.
Just breathe.
Breathing.
And
You
so I
just will
didn't
never
know.
know.
Yeah, I didn't know. No, it's a technique. You really gotta tell Nolly, breathe. You know what I mean?
Yup.
It's okay.
Yup.
Just don't think about nothing else. Just breathe a little. My
Just
kids
breathe.
hate it. I text them all the time. Breathe. And they be like, Mom, stop saying that. But it's
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 true.
true.
It's true.
You gotta
It's
learn
so
how
true.
to breathe.
Yep. And then you know what? Even with the breathing, some of us need to be okay with being okay.
Yes.
Some of us have had so much drama that we don't even know what it feels like to live drama free.
Ooh,
We
that's
don't know
funny.
how to live. We don't know what to do when we can come home and just turn the TV on. We don't know
Yes.
what to do because, oh God, what's getting ready to happen? Stop
Listen.
expecting the hammer
Yes.
to drop and
Yes.
just operate in what you are doing
In the net.
because that comes from you used to cray cray. You
Listen.
used to it.
I could go. I used to. It's funny because when my husband and I, shout out to Stephen Garland, that's my husband.
Hey,
But
Steven.
he was a different type of person, right? So a different. And I have to share this because it's gonna lead into what you were saying. But and I'm blushing because yeah, I'm in love still, y'all. But anyway, because you know how people be like, you ain't in love no more. But no, I'm
Mm-hmm.
in love. So what happened, right? When I first met him, I didn't know how to react because he was this calm person. He's not a drama, five person. He ain't, and I'm like, what? You're not mad? You because I was so used to the drama that I wanted him to come up to my level, and he refused. He was like, "No, you're gonna bring it down a whole bunch of notches." We got so I didn't know how to and I'm gonna tell you the sad part of that, the flip coin of that, which I had to come to reality. I thought that he wasn't really attractive to me because he wouldn't get so upset. I
Mm.
was so used to the drama, like, oh, this gonna be my dude because we both drama. You know that ratchet that I look. I'm from Harlem, New York, all day. So that that ratchetness was coming out. I was like, all right. So he drama, I'm drama. We good. Nah, it didn't have to be, but that's the crazy part, the dysfunctional part inside of me that I had to be like, no, Lisa, that's not love. That's not him
Wow.
loving you because
Wow.
he don't go to that. Like, you know what I mean? But that's what
Mm-hmm.
I connected because every freaking individual, every relationship was just dramatified. And I thank God, I don't want to get teary eyed, but I thank God for how he just set it all up so that I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to deal with the drama. I don't. When I say it's easy, I'm still learning how to cultivate who I am so I don't have to try to bring him to a place of my dysfunctionality. And
Right.
that's even a whole nother different story. Like you could try to bring somebody into your dysfunctional patterns because you haven't dealt with what you needed to deal with. But you know
Exactly.
what I mean? So
Exactly.
that's a whole nother level. But yeah, I just thank God for
That's a whole nother show,
that's a
Chad.
whole
A whole
nother
nother
show.
show.
Man, I'm sorry,
A
but I had
whole
to get
nother
that out.
show. But you
Yeah,
know what? That is, but see, that is so much proof of how we take our dysfunctionality into our relationships, whether it be friendships, whether it be the people that we're dating,
yes,
because if we're so used to drama, we don't know. Sometimes it's hard for us to get with somebody that's calm,
yes,
or vice versa. Somebody
right,
that's always calm really don't know how to deal with somebody. I know I can't deal with drama. I know I
right,
don't do drama very well because I'll be like, oh. What's wrong? You good? What's
Right, 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 right.
wrong?
Yeah,
So, I totally get it. And but you know what? It is a testimony for you, especially as a woman,
that's
because it's so often, because we are so used to dysfunction, we are so used to the drama. This is how we get locked in to abusive relationships, because we don't know any better, and or we don't think we can do any better.
right.
And once we rise
Yes,
up and realize that we can do better, I know we'll be better.
yes.
Because you even have people that are in ministry that are
Mm-hmm.
suffering in just that area, and you would think, oh, they go to church,
Mm-mm.
they do this, they do that. Stop putting labels on it,
That's
y'all.
right.
We got people going through in
Yes,
all
it's
sectors, in
listen
all
on
things.
the praise team, singing and getting choked out and still going. Listen, I have story for days. That's another show. But you have to, and then coming back after church, thinking that that was normal.
Yeah, yeah,
It's okay. No, you
yeah.
didn't. Your neck, you suffering from concussion around your neck, but you singing, you going home to the person who gave you the concussion like nothing
Look
happened.
at you wearing turtlenecks in the summertime. Stop playing. Oh,
Deep.
he only gave me one bruise today,
Right.
so we
But this
improved it.
right,
No,
right. And
no.
so you get stuck in that. And God bless the person who realizes it before it turns deadly. And I
Exactly.
thank God that's why there's purpose in my life. I have to share. Because if it had not been, for the Lord, I'm
Yes,
telling
indeed.
y'all, I know for a fact I would not be sitting here talking to you today. There's so
Exactly.
many experiences that we will not get in today that I can share that you would be like, huh? Because you think that that's what was supposed to happen. You think that you were supposed to stay in that, and it had become, like I said earlier, a sense of normal living. It was just normal for you to live that way and to expect that, and that you couldn't do better. You wasn't going to do anything, but this was all you could get was this person, this type of
Yup,
individual. So you
yup,
stayed right there. You didn't move. You didn't budge. You just continued to take that abuse over and over and over and over again. But that's from a level of low self-esteem, which is a part of your mental wellness. We got
yup.
to be made whole. God can make you clean from the inside, right? But you
Most
got to
definitely.
do the work. You also have to do the work. Faith without works is what? It's dead.
It's dead,
We got
dead,
to work.
dead.
We got to put in that work. I
Got
promise you,
to.
it work. If you work that word of
Hmm.
work, you use those resources. God gives us these things in the earth, not for nothing. He gave it to us. Let's use it. And the Black community, especially, that was something. Oh, the white people, no offense
Black
to the
people
white
don't
people.
want to do
White
that.
people don't. We don't. Black people don't. We ain't doing that. The devil is a lie. The devil
Uh-uh.
is a lie. It's a new day and age. It's a new time. It's a new season. God has shifted the atmosphere. Now, what you gonna do? You gonna stay
Exactly.
stuck or you gonna come up?
And there it is. And
That's
there it
it.
is. Because I do believe in my heart of hearts, God is the author of every gift. So
Yes.
he has given people the gift in that area of being able to help you through your problems.
Yes, ma'am.
You have got to go ahead and suck it up and
Yes.
admit that you have a problem
Yes.
and go seek out the help that you
That you
need,
need. Yes.
because
Yes.
that way we can all be healthy. Could you imagine if we were
Mm.
all healthy, that we could get so much more accomplished? We might be able to solve world hunger if we were
Yes.
all healthy. And I'm not talking just physical, because you can be
Right.
physically healthy and mentally
Mentally
dead,
broke. Yes.
like literally just broken and
Yes.
shattered.
Yes.
And because now you've been focusing in one area, but you're not taking care of another.
That's
So
it.
that's what we have to start looking at and start doing, because we want everybody to be healthy. We want to live in the life of abundance. We
Yes.
don't want to be living in a life of lack. And
Yes.
you're lacking if you are not mentally healthy.
Yes. That's it. That's
You are
key.
definitely lacking.
That's key.
Now, Miss Lisa, honey, we got definitely got to do another show. We
Yes,
gonna have to do
ma'am.
some stuff. But tonight, we have come. We overtime. We didn't
Oh, I'm
play this was,
sorry. But
but
check
that's
out
great.
dysfunctional
I
love.
love it. I love it.
October 19th.
But no, I'm getting ready to give you the floor, honey. So you tell them what's going on, why you actually came on here to talk about your new show that is going to be released. You go ahead and tell them how they can get tickets and and that they need to be there.
Yes. Listen, y'all, 10/19, 2019. The doors open at 6. The show will start at 7. Go to the Bowie Performing Arts Center and purchase your tickets online today. The tickets are $25. Get there so you can get your seat. Be in the building. You don't want to miss this. I have an amazing cast, have amazing singers, dancers, miming. Oh my God, music. I'm just excited. You don't want to miss it. It's powerful, it's impactful. You will get something when you come to this show. God bless you. I hope to see you there.
Awesome, 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 awesome. See, she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. So next time, when the next show, you already know conversations will be in the place. We
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
hang out with them, and I can't wait. I'm excited about this. Well,
Yes.
thank you, Lisa, for joining us tonight. We so greatly appreciate you.
Thanks for
You
having
are
me.
amazing. Your show, I can't wait to see it. But we love you to life, y'all. We getting ready to sign off. Well, guys, it's been fun. It's been real. Love you to life. You are the best that ever did it. Know that God is getting ready to bless you real good. And we do want to see you in the place for morning media power session on October the 14th. That is a Monday, y'all. We are doing a session on a Monday morning. So you have no excuses for not showing up. Go on over to bit.ly morning Media Power One and get your tickets. It's only $35. We're gonna help you get yourself out there. Well, all right, guys, it's been fun. It's been real. Love you to life, and it's your girl Deborah Franklin. Make sure that you come out, join us in our upcoming events. Bye, Lisa. Thank you for coming
Thanks for
on.
having me.
Yes, indeedy. Peace out, y'all.